Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome in 17 and some change. I'm AccuDes17 here to bring you my 2 cents on this Wednesday, on this hump day. And here we go. I hope everybody out there listening had a good 4th of July. I know I did. I was celebrating draped um, in the home in the home colors, um, in the Star Spangled Banner, if you will. Um, we shot off uh, we shot off confetti poppers, um, red, white, and blue confetti poppers. And it was just everything was kind of a patriotic theme for me during the 4th, and it was great. It really saddens me that we have a portion of the country um, who doesn't like our country, who doesn't like our colors, who doesn't like our flag, who doesn't like what our country represents, what our country stands for, and stuff like that. That saddens me deeply. These people, um, by and large, being on the left. Um, when I got into this, when I started this business, my intention was to uh, tote the line as much as possible. The idea is to be open minded and to see things from multiple perspectives. But I think even with that being the case, um, seeing thing being you don't want to be so open minded that your brains fall out, and seeing things from multiple perspectives can kind of lean you towards a direction, one direction or another. So if being straight down the middle is not enough for the political left, if loving the United States of America is too much to handle, and that's too much of a controversy. That's not unbiased enough. Um, then I don't know what I'm gonna do because, well, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna stop that. You know, I've spoken before um, about what this country means to me, and you know, we had we had the international community. Uh, we had a lot of uh, people from different parts of the world, a lot of Europeans and everything, come to the States for the World Cup, and a lot of them are still here. And the prediction was that they were gonna hate it, and that was the prediction from the side of the left. A lot of them themselves had preconceived notions, because they are um, they're under the same influence that our media is under, and it's this. Um, by and large, their mainstream media feeds them a progressive, um, left wing narrative, and um, glasses to look at the world through. Um, and they they were shocked. They were pleasantly surprised to see what they encountered when they came to the States. It's all over social media how they love it here. You know, they love the food, they love the people, they love the organization, they love the infrastructure, they love the diversity of um, not only people but of environments. America has everything, right? If you're looking for desert, we have it. If you're looking for mountains, we have it. If you're looking for forest, we have it. You know, anything you're looking for, metropolis, urban, suburban, like we have it all. You know, and our food is delicious. We know how to eat, and they like it here. You know, we know how to eat. We know how to party. Um, and it's heartwarming to see others like appreciate um the advanced nation that the states are. um they're speaking of and we're gonna bob and weave in and out because I want to talk about um I want to talk more about the political left, and I want to talk a little bit about the political right and stuff like that. Um, and then I want to um, also touch on how the U.S. did in soccer as well. Um, but before I go any further, actually, today is, I think it's day like 17 for me without marijuanas, and I'm still doing good. I'm still doing good. Um, the I still have all my reasons to keep going, but I've felt a little bit more agitation. I didn't really sleep that well either. I think that's part of it. Um, I was agitated by the loss um, when the U.S. lost to Belgium in soccer in the World Cup. That agitated me, and then I wasn't able to enjoy any of my downtime afterwards. Like all the video games I was trying to play were just frustrating me. Anytime like the opponent took the ball, I I wasn't having fun. I wasn't enjoying it, and woke up. I didn't sleep that well because I stayed up late after the soccer game 2 nights ago, and so that kind of bled over. I had to get up for 5:30 today, and didn't get much sleep, so I was kind of cranky. Caffeine has helped a little bit, but I'm realizing the novelty and the pride of quitting is kind of wearing off. And I think that was kind of it used to serve as a nice jolt. It used to serve as a nice shot in the arm, so to speak, because you were like, "Oh, I'm a new man. I do no weed," and then you get to a point where it's like, all right, well, that novelty's gone, but you still have to do the no weed and stuff like that. I mean, um, you don't have to, but I chose to, and that's a commitment that I'm not gonna go back on. Um, but you know, it's still worth it. It's still I'm still trucking along, and I'm gonna continue to do so, and nothing terrible has happened yet. Um, nothing I can't grapple with. Nothing that was like worse than when I was smoking. You know what I mean? So when I was smoking, I had smoking brought its own sets of complications to my life. So So I'll be doing fine as far as that's concerned. Like I said, Team US, we lost to Belgium. We had a great run. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I know soccer like our president. Um, he is funny, Mr. Trump. He's like, oh, because he called FIFA to get like the red card looked at. The red card on Team USA's arguably their one of their best players, Belagun. Um, Everybody that's watching probably knows he got a red card which ejected him for he wasn't supposed to play against Belgium, and Trump hits up FIFA and asks them to review it and stuff like that. I think the FIFA had the right to overturn it under um, whatever law they used, whatever law they cited, rule that they cited. Um, Especially because it's illegal to use a replay to judge intent, and that's exactly what happened in the Belagun red card. But Trump is funny. He's like, "Oh, I know soccer. Nobody knows soccer like I know soccer. Um, I'm really good with these things." And then, like 2 sentences later, he's like, "When I found out he got a red card, I didn't know what that was. Like, I didn't know what the implications were and stuff like that." So I thought that was a nice little funny contradiction there. Um, but I'm not gonna pretend that I really know soccer like that. I'm a basketball fan. I'm a football fan, American football fan. I've been liking soccer because the U.S. was doing so well, right? Like it was the men's team, and it's like I want to like the women's team too, but they did the whole kneeling. Like I want to be proud, like the women's team, they won gold. I think they won gold for the U.S., but they kneeled, and so that kind of ruins it all, you know. Um, though at least at least 30% of me understands that you can still love a country if you're protesting against it because you have expectations for the best version of it. um but um I like seeing pride in the country first, and then expectations for more and anger about the bad stuff second. Right, not vice versa. I don't like seeing anger and hatred about shitty aspects of the country first as the main priority, and then whatever patriotism comes second. I think it's more important to be appreciative of the land that you live in, the nation that you live in, um, unless it's absolute hell, right? And a lot of liberals, they're under the impression that it is, for whatever reason. Like I think it's the culmination of media that they consume. It tells them that we are a racist, bigoted, homophobic, sexist, uh, uh, patriarchy that siphons from the poor to like feed the wealthy and stuff like that. And and they have a lot of boogeymen that aren't and it's not as bad as they say. But the right can be guilty of the same thing as well, right? Algorithms feed you what makes you angry. They feed you half what you want to see and half like what's gonna make you angry and stuff like that. So you can really spiral onto your side. I've mentioned before how like both sides kind of talk past each other and both sides kind of point at each other and say the other is thinking and doing the same thing. Um, I've heard the left call the right a cult so many times, and while I see them behaving as a cult, and it's it's really tough as a human being, as an individual human being, to like conceptualize and uh, put things like in its boxes when we're talking about such large scale issues. Um, we are one, we're individuals and we're trying to conceptualize an entire political landscape uh, throughout 350 million people and 50 states and however many counties and stuff like that. And it's so much easier for us to just find the good guys, find the bad guys, and conceptualize the world like that. You know what I mean? Um, Especially, it makes it especially harder that it it works that way to some degree. It's to some degree it's all a matter of perception, and to some degree there are bad and good. And I guess that goes back to subjective versus objective reality and stuff like that. And it does get complicated, you know what I mean? But Team USA soccer men's, they were doing really well. They got their Belagun guy back, and I was like, damn. At first, I was like, damn, that's gonna kind of gonna taint it because it was our freaking president who called for that to happen or whatever. But then I was like, nah, I convinced myself that it's fair because you shouldn't have been ejected anyways or whatever. And at the end of the day, it mattered very, very little. Team USA, um, they kind of shot the bed, and it wasn't. I don't think from what I saw, from my limited understanding of the game of soccer, I don't. It did not look like it was a lack of